Okay, and let me just make sure that I've got the right, yes, I do. Okay, there's that. Okay, wow. The other day we had a bunch of people, and now you got yourself another private lesson. Okay. Right, let's bow in. Shomani. Hey. Hi. お願いします。はい。はい。Stretch up and turn. Other way. Right, leaning back a little. Other way. Right, and towards the toes. Ankles. Right, legs wide. Right, towards the toes. The other side. Down the center. Right, and behind. Turning. Other side. Down the center. Together. Towards the feet. I open the rib cage. A little more. Other side. And a little more. Right, circle the ankles. Other way. toes. Other way. Open up. Massage. Check out. Leg. Other way. Alternate. And then other way. Lengthen them. Open toes. Spread out. Massage. Neck pounding. Shake it out. And on your belly. And raise yourself up a little. Stretch to the side. Other side. Alternate. And down. Child's pose. Downward dog. One leg up. Other leg up. And salamander. Other side. And squat. And then up. Circle the knees. Other way. And alternate. Bend them. Touch toes. Bend them again. Touch toes. Right toes and knees out. Squat. Up again. Legs wide. Bend one knee. Right other side. I drop the shoulder. Other shoulder. And alternate. And all the way down. Other side. Switch again. And again. Body on the center line. Drop the shoulder. Drop the other. And then alternate. Then drop the hips as much as possible. And now stretch the knees out. Right, scoop it up. Again. And again. Up and as as we always do with the hands, this way, and turn to the outside. Other side. Again. Then the hands like that, and yeah. And this one. And feet straight and onto the heels, the balls of the feet and the heels, balls, heels, balls. Now side to side. And roll the neck. Other way. Side to side. And nodding, shaking head no. And then let's loosen the wrists also. And bottom to top. Then top to bottom. Other side. In to out. Sankyo. Other side. And this one. Other side. Other side again. And switch again. And shake up. And left foot forward. Make sure that it's a big stance, about 4 foot lengths forward. Back one at 65, of course. Here we go. Ayo, 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 ayo. Right, other side, right foot forward. And by the way, you can always, I encourage you always to lift the shoulders up towards the ears, take them back, drop them down, and then leave them there for as long as you can. Here we go. Hey-ho, 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 hey-ho. Okay. So something interesting with Yonkyo that I want to work on today, but it feels a shame to just go right to Yonkyo. So let's review. Ikkyo, Nikkyo, Sankyo, work our way up to Yonkyo. And if we've got time, I want to delve into this one particular aspect. So, Jill. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to pay attention again. I believe that when Numata Sensei gets the weapon, he goes immediately to here. And then after the bow, it goes vertical and vertical. And then at the end of practice, yeah, to here, and then again, vertical, vertical. So yeah, I think this vertical stuff happens after the bow, whether it's the beginning of that session or the end. Yeah. So let's just do it again. Hi, お願いします。Okay. And I think that he even forgets to do that sometimes, if I'm not mistaken. And if that is the case, I'm pretty sure it was only for the times when he was using it as a prop, not as an actual weapon. So if he's going to do these jo kata, all of this, then he is sure to do this formal bow. Anyway, so yeah, so we're just going to use it as a prop. So just a review of Ikkyo through Sankyo, and just remember we're going forward with the matching foot, and we want to make sure that the foot doesn't turn out like this when we go forward with it. So we deflect up, go forward, cut down, taking a step with the other foot, and making sure that that one also is straight. And then we naturally turn like into their armpit or bicep, or tricep rather. And the pin. Other side. Yep, go for it. Deflect up. Cut down with a step of the other foot. And then pin. And in fact, let's do omote and ura. Twice omote, twice ura, just like when we practice. Deflect up with a forward step of matching foot. Other foot goes forward. And we cut down as we turn Zengo Giri. Check your feet at the end of the Zengo Giri. Make sure that you're not doing, slack lining, but, tightrope walking kind of thing. And then pin. Other side, front foot straight. Let's do a few more. Twice omote, twice ura. Remind yourself about your feet. Remind yourself about the shoulders staying down, the neck stretching up when hands go down. Remind yourself of not disturbing the jo for ura. Let it pass right over you. Continue. Very nice. Wow. A really nice bend. Wow. One very small thing. So It's not looking like, I think you're like 6th Q, if that, or 5th Q, or no Q or something. But anyway, it's looking like about 2nd Q. So it's really nice. So just a small thing. I'll start this way, actually, from this direction. So with Ura, I believe you just stayed there for the pin, maybe. At least the one that I caught, the one when I was watching the feet. You did this Zengo Giri. Maybe you took a step back with this foot. I'm not quite sure. But once this person is here, and the hands were beautiful, the stick was just in the right position, then probably need to come into them to pin. So try a couple more, or if you watch it from this side, by the way. Here, here, and then into their armpit, okay? Or the other side from this angle, here, and into their armpit. Okay, so try just a couple more. Yes, 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 yes. Uh-huh, yeah. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's move right on into Nikkyo. And especially since this is your private lesson, you know, if I say, let's move on into Nikkyo, and you've got still have a question about Ikkyo, then feel free to like unmute yourself, raise your hand, whatever. Okay, but it's looking awfully good. So I'll just take us right into Nikkyo if you're ready. So Omote, and we cut down, and then up to here. Check yourself on this pin. Is your front foot straight? And are you in Hummi body? And it's looking like the answers to those are yes. So be careful not to go into Irimi body or Shomen body. It's looking beautiful. Other side, front foot straight. Yeah. And then Ura when you're ready. Same as the beginning of Ikkyo. Actually, the footwork's a little bit different. So I'll just show it one more time. So we did Shomenuchi Ikkyo Ura with just a Zengo Giri cut, a Zengo Giri footwork. But this time, instead of Zengo Giri, we'll do Tenkan. And that way, you don't have to take any other steps at all. And if I do it from this side, I think you were in the class when I went over this, actually. So again, it's probably still just review for you. Yes. Beautiful. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 So at your own pace, freely, omote and ura, as you, well, twice omote, twice ura, at your pace. Mm-hmm. Continue. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. And ready for Sankyo. And you might have been in the class when I said, I think twice now, I've demonstrated how uke reacts. So uke is coming in here with this. No, let me show it this way. I'm uke, I'm coming in here, then this happens to me. Okay, and most uke, when this happens, they'll show you the palm of their hand. Every now and then you train with somebody who's like so tight that they show you the outside of their hand. But for the most part, they show you their palm. And so the other hand, our hand that's doing this, that was acting as a blade, it then just drags right down and go palm to palm. Your palm follows the inside of their forearm down. Again, if they're showing you this part of their hand, still our hand comes down the outside of their arm, takes a hold of their fingers. Just then we have the added job of turning their hand around for them. So anyway, with that in mind, we deflect up and we cut down, and we just take our palm right down the jaw all the way to the fingers. This one just lets go, disengages, and grabs right above their fingers, their tegatana, this part of their hand, the side of their palm. We shift back, and you know what? Let's do justice to this. Since we went through Ikkyo and Nikkyo pretty fast, I'll go into detail that I don't usually go into on this. So we sit back a little bit, we shift our weight back, and this turns slightly, okay? Then they're moving here because of the discomfort. They move over there. Then this back foot is we're going to come in for a step and then tenkang. So since we're going to do that, this front foot is already getting ready. Here, and we cut with this. Cut and down to the pin. A little complicated, but I think Zoom is actually a good platform for it. So, other side, we deflect up, we cut down. We take the fingers, let go with this. Oh, it's the same side. Sorry. Okay, we turn our stomach a little bit towards our partner, makes them move back even more. Then we're going to cut. We're going to turn this blade towards them, which can be quite a challenge because they're moving. Sometimes they're really sensitive and they continue moving back. But anyway, some of them will stop about here. So as we go to turn the blade towards their center line, we cut with it. And this bottom hand comes free, goes to their elbow, and we do tenkang. Let's just do omote a couple more times. Back up. Jeez, I keep doing the same side. Up, down, fingers, the hand, bring it back. Yeah. Then back foot is going to come forward as I cut. I cut shomen, but my shomen is looking for their center line. And as I cut, I come to the other side of their arm. More with omote. Continue. Yes. Okay, let's fix one thing. So, let's see. You have the person here, and they're over here. So be very, and here's their armpit, is here. This is the inside of their arm. But when I cut and I take this step with the back foot, that brings me to the outside of their arm. So they are here, and now they're here, okay? And I'm over there. But when I take the step and tenkan, I come over here. So now I'm on this side of their arm, and I cut it down and pin them. So without the stick, actually, if I get to this point, so I'm here. Yes. Okay, so now our uke is about at the same line as our shoulder. Okay, that's where they are. They're not here, they're not back there, certainly not over here, over there. Okay, so if you leave your feet right there, then you have to rely on some sort of pain, and they've moved, and so they're out of the pain. But we don't want to do that. We want to be able to move them, move their core. So this back foot comes forward as we cut that way, as the sword drops. Now we're on the head side of their arm, the other side of their arm, and we do tenkan and pin. Or I'll show it again over here. Here, our partner is over here. We take a step forward with our back foot and do tenkan as we're cutting. So now, at this point, so that you can envision it, now that I've done my tenkan, here's my partner's head, and here's their fingers, okay? So let's get the stick again. And in fact, I wonder if it would be helpful for you to see from this angle. Can't hurt, I guess. So here, then this one steps forward as I cut this way. Now I'm on the other side of their arm. Or from the other side. Yeah, continue. I think that was it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, so now the mechanics of it are good. The footwork matches. Now, if you have the space without smashing something in your room there, if you have the space, let's accentuate that cut. I'll show you what I mean. This cut. So yeah, be careful. And tenkan. Yeah, nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, be careful. Yeah. 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 And then ga. Continue. Nice. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, let's do Ura. And I think this is the first time that I've really taught the actual downward pin on Zoom. It's a lot easier to tell people, you know, when you get here, you can throw them into a forward roll. But anyway, so this will really serve you well when we get back to training in person. This is always one that's a little sticky in tests. So good on ya. Okay, so of course, same beginning as Ikkyo Ura here. Same beginning as Nikkyo Ura, in that instead of just doing Zengo Giri footwork for the cut, we actually do Tenkan for the turn. So I'll show it again. Let's see. Yeah. Here, Tenkan brings you right into this stance. And I didn't mention it before with Omote, but for both Omote and Ura, we land in Hamme body. This is Hamme. It's not this and it's not this. Right here. So, and then this time, again, we cut with this hand here for Omote. We brought the back foot out and came this way. But for Ura, we're going to cut and take the forward foot way past their back, the back of their feet. We're going to try to reach this forward foot all the way to their far heel. So they're right about here. And so as I cut this way, Shomen cut, I reach this foot here. They start to move and I do Tenkan. So they really have to move. Have to be careful with a beginner with this one. Or the other side. Here. Is this the same side? Oh, it's the same side. Shish. Here. Okay. Then let me do this side. I'm sorry. Yeah, I messed up. But I think you've got it. So Ura means at the beginning we're turning. Yeah, my bad for those last, at least the last one or the like 2 or 3 before that. I shouldn't have been able to see you when I was discussing that. So it's here with the turn, of course, and Tenkan, and then to this control. Then step behind them and pin. Yeah. Good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's 2 Tenkans in this. Yes, that's the first Tenkan. Yes. Right. Yeah. Tenkan exactly. Yeah. Yep. Good. I'll do a couple more starting from over here so you get the other view. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's always the bottom. Let's go. Yeah. Continue. Very nice. Mm-hmm. And then let me clarify one more thing. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like you might have used the wrong hand. So once you get them here, and then moving backwards, Whether it's omote coming out here, or if it's ura, we're disengaging with the bottom hand, the one that's at the fingers, and we're cutting we're using their hand blade as our blade. Okay, so this one here, the one that's grabbing here, lets go. The one that's grabbing here turns it and cuts with it that way. And for ura, you know, I can't wait to try this with a human because it seems very weird on Zoom to let go with that bottom hand for ura. For omote, it feels completely natural. But for ura, it feels weird. But if we let go with this hand, then we can't really cut with those fingers, I don't think. And I'm trying to remember which one I do. It's what I've been doing for 40 years. Good? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Uh-huh. Wow. You got all these obstacles around you. Bonk your head on the edge of your desk. Good fix, good fix. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So that's still ura. The other one was omote, as you figured out. Okay, let's get ready for for yonkyo. And just as a review, so that we know what we're going for, you can remind yourself of what this feels like. So drive the index finger knuckle into some points along this line. Let's see if you feel something. It's really ingenious. It kind of falls right into place with most people, right at that spot. Try both wrists when you're ready. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that's your reminder there. So it's so similar to Sankyo. Deflect up, cut down, take the fingers. This one disengages. And instead of coming around here like we did for Sankyo, we're working with the back side of their forearm. Here we had our hand on the back of their hand, and their palm is here. We grabbed the back side of the hand, but now we're going for the inside. That happens to be on the wrist. Okay. So then we're in a hanmi position, and let them go out. And I'll do it again and explain a little bit more. Here, cut down, take fingers, shift back, and then send it back out. Yeah. So, wait a minute. At the end of the cut, we can shift back. And somebody with good ukemi even halfway good ukemi, at the end of this, their job is to pop back up. They're an attacker. So they take the ukemi. Sometimes you go to dojos and even the senior people, they take the ukemi, and even if you're not doing anything, even if you let go, walk away, they're still like this, you know. But the job is that if they can, their job is to stand back up again, right? So they come like this, and then if you ease up or you shift your weight back, then they should be coming back towards you. So in that case, they come right into your knuckle. So I come towards your head, you do the cut, and then I come back, my wrist is coming right towards your knuckle, and your knuckle drives right through. Okay, here, here, here. I think, oh, now I can come back in. I come back in, but a knuckle comes right through me. So we want to think of that knuckle going through here and into here and through to there. And you know, interestingly, when they teach, I know next to nothing about striking arts, but when they teach striking arts, they tell people, if this is the surface, don't think of this as your target. Think of this as your target. So you're punching through this to that. So same thing with this. You're not just causing some pain in their wrist. You're sending a strike or a push through the wrist, through the center, through the wall. Okay. End of speech. I'm getting excited about this. We cut down, we shift back, and the jaw goes right into the knuckle. Yeah. Okay. Down. Yes. I'm going to show it from the side because you're already ready for this next subtlety. Cut back. Okay, and I'll show it even closer. Cut. Okay, then watch this part. It comes back and almost as if I just, so as it's coming back, wow. Don't really even need to hold it, pull it, tug it, anything like that. Okay. And let me show it on this side again too. Here, cut down. Oh, it's the same side. Or the other side. Here, cut. It starts to come back. Wow. I'm not sure if I'm cutting it off on the camera. Yeah, there you go. There. Wow, nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Continue. Yeah. And I'm not quite able to see whether you're meeting it with these fingers or whether you're meeting it with the knuckle against the jaw. So just make sure that it's the knuckle, not the fingers. Yeah, nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, then one more thing. When we meet it with this knuckle, remember this hand is on the fingers, and a couple of them, I'm not exactly sure, but a couple of them maybe you had your hands like this. But we want to leave space for their hand. Okay, so this, remember, is the wrist, and this is their hand, and this is their fingers. So leave about that much space in between your two hands. And do a few more. That's the only thing for now. Nice, nice, nice. Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, one side is doing them too close together also. Interesting. Uh-huh. Great, great. Okay, so then to get my point across, I exaggerated a little bit to say, you know, that you can have this hand open to just, you know, really get the body used to using the knuckle. Because most people, they grab too tight with all the fingers and even with this index finger. And so that messes everything up because then the knuckle doesn't drive through. So anyway, now we can bring it back a little bit more to the conventional way of doing it. We still want to leave this index finger loose. Yeah, you read my mind. That's where I was going. So you can keep the other fingers wrapped around it this time. Yeah. And then that's more actually what we're going. We kind of exaggerated one direction first, but now we want to bring it back to what we're actually hoping for. Final product. Yeah. Yes. Yep, make sure that there's space between the hands. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Then another thing that's hard for me to judge on Zoom, it's looking like this motion here has a little bit of shifting weight to it, but I think it could use more. Again, it's hard for me to tell on Zoom. If I could grab a hold of you, I could know in an instant. But anyway, now when their body comes to meet your knuckle, also let your center tighten, just the center, not the shoulders. Let your center tighten as if this person's force is going right through your knuckle and into your center and ricocheting off of the whole thing. So you'll shift your weight into your knuckle. Yeah, it's like, you know, when a baseball comes, if you're the batter and the baseball is coming, they're both moving. They're both moving. It's not that your bat is here and the baseball comes and goes off of it. And it's not like the ball is here in space and your bat comes up and hits it. They're both going. Boom. That's the collision that you want. And instead of that collision being, okay, total beginner, this is what I'm not seeing this from you. That's good. Total beginner, their legs and their weight would just be fixed, and then everything with the arms, right? And plus, then what the heck do I do with this knuckle? What is she talking about, right? And so the shoulders would go up and, you know. So total beginner is just arms. And then I think what I'm seeing from you is that you've got very, very little arms, which is good. You know, you're letting your arms get out of the way and you're shifting your weight, right? But first of all, I think it looks like it's coming all the way up to here. Doesn't need to. And I think that you can shift your weight more forward, more dramatic, a more dramatic shift. Timing with the knuckle. Yeah. Yeah, so give it a try. So more dramatic weight shift. Oh, yeah. Great. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the end of this is hummy body, by the way. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And now we're going again. You're like way ahead of your. This is more like for first cue preparation. So one more advanced idea. When we do this, ricocheting off of our knuckle, we want to be in hummy body, and this shouldn't go out here. It's the same as when we do kesa. It all comes together, doesn't it? Uh-huh. Go when you're ready. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Really nice. All right. I just realized that we're almost out of time. So that was actually perfect timing. じゃあ、ありがとうございました。Then we take it vertical. And then walk to the other side of the dojo. Already there. Okay. And let's sit. Hey, let's bow out. Shoman knee. Right. Hey. ありがとうございました。Nice. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Questions? I really enjoyed it, and boy, to see somebody your level doing what we were working on, man, really impressive.
I think the exercise helps a lot with it. It helps to be able to work with something and just focus on the footwork for a while before, you know, training with an actual person. I feel like it can help a lot.
Yeah. And tell me again, Did you ever test in Aikido, like at the old dojo that you were
Yeah,
at?
I
You
took
did? Okay.
a few tests. Yeah, I think I
Ah,
got
okay.
to, if I paid for the belt, I got down to fifth Q, I think, maybe fourth.
Fifth Q, did you say?
Fourth or fifth. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't quite remember, but yeah, it was
Got it.
around there. Yeah.
Got it.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it makes a little more sense then. So,
Yeah.
but I remember this one time. This is total digression here, but it's a funny story. This instructor from Europe was in LA, and he said, "Hey, I'm in LA." I was like, "Oh, drop by. Let's share the class." He did 40 minutes. I did 40 minutes, but it was funny because he got yeah. You trained with David before COVID, and so you know
Mhm.
David Choi, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Of all people, he got frustrated with David Zucchemi.
Hmm.
Um, and David at that point, so this is before you were there.
Mhm.
David at that point had been training about 6 months,
Mhm.
and boy, he's just so intuitive and everything. So anyway, this instructor was getting a little bit frustrated, and no, not like this. You should move like this. You should, and